and to pay special tribute to Technical Sergeant Sharief Scarbriel on the occasion of his retirement. Technical Sergeant Scarbriel is concluding a most distinguished career encompassing 20 years of loyal and dedicated service to his country and the United States Air Force. The presiding official for today's ceremony is Chief Master Sergeant Walter K. Shuttler, Fire Chief 628, Civil Engineers Club. Please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the flag of the national anthem. Present the colors. And on out! Out! Up! Hold! Hold! Hard! Hold! Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce family members and distinguished guests celebrating us today. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. We are honored to have Technical Sergeant Scarbriel's spouse, Technical Sergeant Sharief Scarbriel, retired. Alex and Jolene, his cousin, Sergeant First Class Jason Fire, and spouse Rob. Some of Technical Sergeant Scarbriel's close friends that raised coming to town for the ceremony are his friends,
clap when you said that just to get the first screw up out of the way, right? Alright, these are my glasses. We don't have our mission teaching yet for money, no real teaching facilitator. All right, thank you, friends and family, for joining us today. Thank you, Honor Guard and Staff Sergeant Stevenson. Before I begin, I always start with letting everyone know that I will mess up. I leave things out, I stutter. As long as you know this in the beginning, it's okay. The retirement ceremony represents the culmination of a distinguished career in service to the United States of America and to the United States Air Force. It also pays tribute to the sacrifices and professional excellence that have traditionally been the keys to prosperity during times of peace and our survival during times of war. Your presence here today not only manifests your appreciation for TSgt Sharief service, but also reflects your sincere wish for him to continue marching towards gratifying and rewarding future. Here we go. TSgt Sharief Scarbriel. Saying your full name makes you seem like you're in trouble. And you just made me. As I sat down to review 20 years of history, once I started Scarborough, or TSgt Scarborough, I realized I'm now mad at you. Not only for making me stuff myself into my blues, but because you were not always a firefighter. You entered this great course as a heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration apprentice. That's HVAC. Station 2 and Station 6 might find you afterwards. It's our problems. No, suffering in silence because of you. You just like seeing sweat and this on our face. Anyway, our tradition goes, the next few minutes will be spent going over Scar's career and many accomplishments. Scar entered the Air Force on 5 December 2002. And on this day, can you guess what America's #1 song was? Lose Yourself. Scar came in as an A1C because of his ROTC experience. He was that guy, always trying to one-up us with speed wings and slick sleeves. That's what we called it back in the day. Gibbles used to wear our stripes on our BDUs, DCUs, and ADU sleeves. Not just our boots. After basic training at Lackman, Scar proceeded to, as you already know, HVAC apprentice school in Shepherd Air Force Base, Texas. I heard you really fast. He arrived to his first duty station in July 2003, Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada. Now remember, at this point, he was scum CE Ops, not a firefighter. You want to know why I know he could have fixed our HVAC problems? Because the ZBR, as an HVAC airman, said he was brilliant, pivotal team member, skillful, eager, highly motivated, and get the last time of your very first ZBR. Truly dedicated professional of unlimited potential, thrives on new challenges and responsibilities. That's the type of bull riding I miss. Doesn't say anything except for why. Oh, your commander never signed that. On we go. With bullets like that, you can only guess what the Air Force did with it next. Yep, TSgt. That's what we do with Stellar Airmen in the Air Force. Off he went to Seville, Iraq in 2005 and watched third country nationals clean porta potties while dodging mortar and missile fire from Saddam Hussein's military regime. He survived, obviously. Now about this time, Scar is feeling pretty good from all the workouts he had in the desert. Right? Workout. And then he finds himself working on HVAC units in the norms, amongst the rest of us. Everything from installing 40-ton chillers to saving tens of thousands in contractor costs. And get this quote. Get this quote. Truly adheres to Air Force core values. Consistently places service before self, deserves immediate promotion. And nothing was abbreviated. Little did his supervisor know, his service before self was trying to get the attention of a door manager. And he did exactly that. 2 2006, he somehow got Trisha to agree to marry him. And what did the Royal Air Force do? Smacked her with another deployment. There's just one. This time to our dodging heat waves and sandstorms. Shortly after his return in 2007, they tied the knot without at least one catch. She told you, you can't engage that anymore. You need to be a little more manly. Maybe you should become a firefighter. He says flower. 2007 was not only the end of Scar's being an HVAC tech, it was the last year of the old EPR form, where we say stuff like outstanding worker, worked countless 12-hour days, 900 work orders completed in 3 months, mission success, damn done signed. Not like that. After the good old Goodfellow experience and becoming a man, he came back to Nellis for a short stint before heading off to his second assignment, Kunsan Air Base, South Korea, in 2001. While at Kunsan, he and Trish were lucky to be on the same short tour rotation as she was in Osan. Scar told me it was fond memories of taking the Wolf Express to Osan to see his mom. But I bet you don't remember your EPR bullet saying you single-handedly tested 26,000 feet of fire hose. Yep, the new EPR form in a way of writing took over quickly. He probably washed it with a coffee cup in his hand. Nonetheless, you survived that short stint. After Kunsan, he and Trish arrived to RAF Lake in England in 2010. And there, he managed the fire hose program. Probably true, right? Look at his nails. In his years at Legacy, Scar's EPRs are littered with accolades, including being coined by the wing commander and being the reason for the department capturing the Sanborn Award. He also checked back into our back, serving in Operation John from 17 Jan to 17 May 2011. He can fill you in on the sewer story later. I don't have the stomach to tell you how he became covered head to toe in other people's food. That was not the highlight of the story. The highlight of the story is sitting right here in front of us. Nathaniel Abraham Scarbriel, born 25 February 2012. Now that Scar's life has been fulfilled with a beautiful wife, a kid, they moved on to China's Air Force Base in California in April of 2013. He immediately took hold of the new assignment and led vehicle accident rescue, extinguished wildfires, provided upgrade training to airmen, and was key to the safe installation excellence. He also served as a fire inspector where he was credited with eliminating countless life safety hazards, piloting fire prevention week, executing child development center briefings and drills, and even put out a structure fire and wildlife fire as an inspector. Take a shot. He also dabbled in logistics, and right before he was about to take out Deputy Dotson's favorite person, reminds me of speaking, he supervised himself for a job in a group commander's action group for a year. While in the CAD, Scar did super cool things like managing the T programs and 3 wings. Facilitated CIMBs, organized the CPI program, led the wing inspection team, completed countless administrative tasks, and kept the group alive and thriving. Driving is much credited for the wing GPI effectiveness. Scar's next step in 2018 took him to a very rough assignment, Carousel, serving as a contracted officer representative. In his declaration for his time at Carousel, in line read, he enabled Joint Interagency Task Force South Counter Narcotics in the United States Southern Command to perform 87 counter-drug sorties, seizing $1.5 billion of illegal substances and arresting 339 criminals. But what it left out was, he did it in flip-flops. After he was done working on his can, he was extremely fortunate to come and work at the best fire department in the world, Joint Base Charleston Fire and Emergency Service. He arrived late in 2019 and hit the ground running, serving as station chief, managing $13 million in vehicles, 7 stations, protecting 90,000 people, and an all-inclusive $12 billion portfolio. He was doing such a great job, he was selected to do to the same greatness, just 5,452 miles away in the country of Nigeria from January to June of 2021. Scar led 2 stations, 27 firefighters, and this time, I know you weren't very good. He led his team through 32 straight days of work while ensuring 109 sorties, 1,000 passengers, and 878 pounds of cargo were safely loaded and completed, plus other countless tasks that were flawlessly executed, as stated in the Declaration via Africa. Upon return to the homeland, Scar did what he did best: trained everything, managed fire stations, mitigated emergencies, and adored President Johnson to the point of retirement. All joking aside, Scarbriel, you have been a great asset to the Air Force and its people. You are owed for the rest of your life. I will leave you to the flock. From Lackland to Shepherd, to Nellis to Iraq, to Al-Dhafra to Udo, to Kutzon to Lake, to Travis to Carousel, to Charleston to Nigeria, back to Charleston. You proved your loyalty, fulfilled the commitment you raised your right hand for and swore 20 years ago. Now it's time to become a veteran. How better? Continue to represent us well, tell stories of the good old days, as most of the veterans do. We thank you for your service and your many sacrifices. Stand proud, stand tall, front and center.
Please stand for the presentation of the Air Force Combination Medal. Punctual. Attention orders. Assist to certify. The Air Force Combination Medal has been awarded to Technical Sergeant Sharief Scarbriel from 1 November 2019 to 1 January 2023. Technical Sergeant Sharief Scarbriel distinguished himself by meritorious service as Assistant Chief of Operations, 628 Civil Engineer Squadron, 628 Mission Support Group, 628 Air Base Wing, Point Base Charleston, South Carolina. During this period, Sergeant Scarbriel provided leadership for 7 fire stations, housing 48 firefighters that enabled mitigation of 946 emergencies, sustaining operations for 3 wings, 67 mission partners, 8,592 military and civilian sorties, and 968 SEALIFT transports. Additionally, Sergeant Scarbriel served as Incident Commander for an aircraft hangar high expansion foam release, where his swift actions enabled his team to remove the chemical from mission critical equipment and isolate storm drains, resulting in the salvage of a $17 million aircraft maintenance hangar and a $300 million aircraft, which resulted in 0 environmental impact. Furthermore, Sergeant Scarbriel is instrumental in the mitigation of a bomb threat on a 737 commercial airline. His discretion, direction of resources, and coordination with airfield personnel and federal law enforcement paved the way for further investigation and safe refuge for 212 passengers. Finally, as a testament to his direct and persistent leadership, Sergeant Scarbriel drove the flight back to back Air Mobility Command Best Large Fire Department of the Year awards in 2019, 2020, and 2021. The distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Scarbriel culminate in a distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the publishing of the retirement order. Publish the order. Attention to orders. The Department of the Air Force Special Order Number AC003374, dated 28 January 2022. By order of the Secretary of the Air Force, Technical Sergeant Sharief Scarbriel, Joint Base Charleston, South Carolina, is relieved from active duty, organization, and at the station, effective on the first day of January 2023. Signed, General Charles Q. Brown, United States Air Force Chief of Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Yeah, we're good. Technical Sergeant Scarbriel will now be presented the Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. It reads, to all who shall seize these presents, greeting. This is to certify that Technical Sergeant Sharief Scarbriel, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Air Force on the first day of January 2023. Signed, General Charles Q. Brown, Jr., Chief of Staff of the Air Force, and Colonel Michael A. Freeman, Commander 628 Air Base Wing, Joint Base Charleston, South Carolina. The Certificate of Appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force reads, I'm proud to join you and your friends and family in congratulating you on your retirement from the United States Air Force. The achievements and contributions you have made throughout your career are indicative of the core values of our great service. Your retirement is well deserved, but your selfless contributions will be sorely missed. On behalf of all airmen, thank you for your faithful and devoted service to our nation. As this chapter in your life closes and a new one begins, I hope the years ahead are filled with great memories and continued success. Signed, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, Joanne S. Bass. At this time, we'd like to ask Mrs. Tricia Scarbriel, Tech Sergeant, to step forward to join her spouse. It is tradition for a loved one to place the Air Force retirement pin on the honoree's lapel to symbolize the transition from active duty to retired status. Mrs. Scarbriel, please do the honors. At this time, Chief Master Sergeant Shepard will present Mrs. Scarbriel with the Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Air Force. It reads, in grateful appreciation, the United States Air Force presents this certificate of recognition to Mrs. Tricia Scarbriel for the commitment and numerous contributions that made positive impacts to the nation's defense. Thank you for the support which gave strength and purpose to your spouse's service, given this 14th day of October, 2022. Signed, General Charles Q. Brown, Jr., Chief of Staff of the Air Force, and Michael A. Freeman, Commander, 628 Air Base Wing, Joint Base Charleston, South Carolina. Presented to Mrs. Tricia Scarbriel is a certificate of appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. It reads, I join your spouse, family, and friends in thanking you for numerous contributions and sacrifices you made in support of our United States Air Force. Your dedication gives strength and purpose to your spouse's service in defense of our nation. Signed, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, Joanne S. Bass. Honor Guard will now perform the folding of the flag ceremony, led by Battalion Chief Michael.
more than 200 years, the American flag has been the symbol of our nation's unity, as well as a source of pride and inspiration for millions of citizens. Born on June 14, 1777, the Second Continental Congress determined that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternating between 7 red and 6 white, and that the Union be 13 stars, white and a blue field representing a new constellation. Between 1777 and 1960, the shape and design of the flag evolved into the flag presented before you today. The 13 horizontal stripes represent the original 13 colonies, while the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The colors of the flag are symbolic as well. Red symbolizes hardiness and valor. White signifies purity and innocence. And blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Traditionally, a symbol of liberty, the American flag has carried the message of freedom and inspired Americans both at home and abroad. In 1814, Francis Scott Key was so moved at seeing the Stars and Stripes waving after the British shelling of Baltimore's Fort McHenry that he wrote the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. In 1892, the flag inspired Francis Bellamy to write the Pledge of Allegiance, our most famous flag salute and patriotic oath. In July 1969, the American flag was flown in space when Neil Armstrong planted it on the surface of the moon. Today, our flag flies on constellations of Air Force satellites that circle our globe, and on the thin flash of our aircraft in harm's way in every corner of the world. Indeed, it flies in the heart of every airman who serves our great nation. The sun never sets on our U.S. Air Force, nor on the flag we so proudly cherish. Since 1776, no generation of Americans has been spared the responsibility of defending freedom. Today's airmen remain committed to preserving the freedom that others won for us for generations to come. By displaying the flag and giving it a distinctive fold, we show respect to the flag and express our gratitude to those individuals who fought and continue to fight for freedom at home and abroad. Since the dawn of the 20th century, airmen have proudly flown the flag in every major conflict on lands and skies around the world. It is their responsibility, our responsibility, to continue to protect and preserve the rights, privileges, and freedoms that we, as Americans, enjoy today. The United States flag represents who we are. It stands for the freedom we all share and the pride and patriotism we feel for our country. We cherish its legacy as a beacon of hope to one and all. Long may it wave. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present the shadow box.
Ladies and gentlemen, Technical Sergeant Sharief Scarbriel, United States Air Force, retired.
You got your tissues.
I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. Start off with this flower symbolizes the beauty of marriage and our lives together. Captivating to the eye of the beholder, and each flower with its own imperfection. We have been through some great ups, some awful downs. Yet here we stand together in front of heaven. I would like to thank you for your service. Know that you and the day of your greatest achievement. I love you, and we will stand here for your family. One for you. You serve just as much as on deployments, on TDYs, on long shifts. This is for you, and I'm going to read what it said. Nail Sharief Scarbriel. Throughout the years of your life, you have made sacrifices, and you served your country as much as I have done. Your loving way, you quietly shouldered the heavy burden that you were asked to carry. Most of the time, you could not understand why I was not there. Quietly hid the tears, courageously put on a smile, and defiantly promised that you would support me. You were there then, and now, one of the most important parts of my life, and it was your love that enabled you to assure me that I was really welcome home. I miss you so many holidays and countless special occasions. While you were left at home to worry, while I was on the home, we had to say goodbye to friends. We moved throughout the years. We had to change school. Resilience and self-confidence throughout those frequent moves getting strength. I'm proud of you, for it was your love and support that sustained me through difficult times. There's no way in my mind that I could have any success in the military without having your support, your understanding, and most importantly, questionable love. Thank you for being there for me. Always remember, never forgotten. I know that's kind of boring. Like Funko Pops, I got you on here. Good job. Since your arrival here, you really turned this place inside out. It's cleaning house. We're coming on shift. You didn't know how many Red Bulls you had. If it was run stop Tuesday, unarmed Thursday, defense Friday, or making days better Saturday. No matter what task, special assignment you gave us, you were always in the trenches. You empowered us in the Solution Center to just run it, and inspired us to just grit our teeth and keep moving forward. I like to see you something about issues.
Jesus.
What it says is it's a compass. And the name of gray is that compass. Inside, it says the boss says go, David says let's go. Whatever direction you're going, this is all. like to thank everyone in attendance and those watching this later for joining me in the celebration of the culmination of our military career. As most of you know, I love to talk. So buckle up and let's see if the speech class today out. Listen. I'm standing here before you today. I couldn't bring myself to write the speech. The feeling of leaving the Air Force hadn't hit me. The past few weeks, I've reflected on the last 20 years. I can't help but think on the experience. Mom, you hear me in heaven? I did it. After completing basic training, HVAC tech school, and arriving at my first duty station, Nellis Air Force Base, I knew I made the right decision. The coming years followed a whirlwind of change. Deploying to Iraq, returning, marrying the love of my life. Who knew the door manager, Trish Davis, would break the air conditioning on purpose just so she could see a stud like her? My story. Soon after, the biggest change was to come. A cross changes to fire protection career field. At the time, I didn't know this would be the third best decision I ever made. One that has shaped who I am today. Never knew what it meant to be a firefighter, so returned to Nellis after firefighting. There I learned the ropes. I was introduced to brotherhood, hearing words and phrases like, do it, rookie, do it over, rookie. Learning life skills like making coffee for the first time, drinking crappy coffee I made for the first time. But what I cherish most though, is sitting at the fire department dinner table. And you learn job life lessons from CPACs. Got to know people's family members, where you came up with the plans to help a fellow firefighter who struggled. Where embarrassing stories were shared, where the importance of pride when you were put on job knowledge was instilled, where the action supported our community, reciting a life someday. It was evident that this is what it meant to serve. Jim didn't go himself, Ryan Gilbert, my colleague, Scott Fetty, Ryan Miller, Big Dixie, Skip. The PCS soccer that I felt ready for new experience. However, I didn't know that planned warfare training and mock for firefighting could suck so much. However, I still knew the camaraderie during my time in the Air Force. Now arrived at late season, I would face some of the biggest challenges personally and professionally. I settled down and decided he was ready to enter this world 9 weeks earlier than that. Being born at 2 pounds, 5 ounces came with uncertainty. But the fire department was steadfast in the way of taking care of our own. Rick Milan, D1 Washington, Jason Berry, Gerald Crates, Keith Van Dusen, and all the greats that they did. Now at Travis Air Force Base, again, truly hone my craft, wildland firefighter, has my responsibility to be resident fire prevention, selected to work, manager action. Colonel Clark, Colonel Wheeler, Tammy Burns, Chief Schofield, thank you for the opportunity to work for the CAG and be part of the agency of executing the mission for strategic level. Donald Richard, Glenn Munn, Patrick Grubb, Corey Coleman, thank you for developing me as a fire officer. In hindsight, I didn't know then that this was all leading up to the beast that George H. Charleston. Initially, arriving here, I was overwhelmed, but quickly realized that this fire department is special. It is special because of the professionalism in this room right now, and the family environment that we create. I've enjoyed working with both ships, never ending inappropriate banter in these walls. My naval weapons station, Norfolk Group, have a special place in my heart. Mr. Bruno, thank you for all the Dunkin' Donuts, always making sure no one went hungry. For my solution center, Carmen Lumia, Matt Coleman, Glenn Pilger, Mark, Cram Johnson, your unrelenting devotion to this department and its members is astounding. There's no doubt that you guys have been helping the department continue to thrive. For all my troops, everyone I had an impact on, thank you for the opportunity to invest in you as others have done for me. Finally, I would like to thank my family and friends for all of this and not be alone. At some point, everyone of you have been sounding board or support structure. As this chapter closes, another opens, leaving with this quote from Hercules. What you leave behind is not what is engraved on stone monuments, but what is woven in the heart.
gentlemen, thank you for attending. This concludes the official portion of today's ceremony. Please feel free to join us for the celebration. Please
I
stand.
fly with the stars in the skies. I am no longer trying to survive. In this very moment, I'm